do an experiment. Everybody give me your hot take right now in chat about the Warner Brothers situation. Who do you want to buy it? What do you hope happens? Give me the hottest of hot takes that you've got about this. And then we'll read over it and I'll give you what I think's going on. Everyone's saying, we are living in the worst timeline regarding the WB sales. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of that, yeah. Snyder Verse is coming back. That's a hot take. Need Netflix to buy Warner Brothers. That's a hot take. Whatever it takes to get the Snyder Verse back. I mean, I agree, but there's people out there freaking out that we're enjoying this moment, by the way. We're a Saudi Arabia channel now. Oh, geez. Channing looks like a CW character. What? I want Apple to buy them. No Saudis. Interesting. Saudis save the Snyder Verse. Dude, the duality of man. Saudi would. No more Coke and Pepsi. What? Paramount makes great stuff. I say they let them have it. I don't care about politics, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Yeah, these are some hot takes. Yeah. Man, people are really like... I said on Twitter yesterday, I think, this is a tale for the ages, man. This is a story for the ages. I've never seen such obvious narrative building using journalistic outlets. I've never seen so many power plays, subtle shots. Like, this is just such a wild story, and the parties involved, it's very crazy, very high stakes, and I'm not sure what the truth of all of it is. But... I'm going to read this here. This guy works in the trades, pretty informed opinions, I believe, here. Okay, so this is what Nick says. The Warner Bros. Discovery bidding week has turned into a geopolitical and Hollywood power scramble. Here's the latest from Puck, Deadline, and Variety. The anchor fact that Puck is reporting is that Ellison personally presented his reverse management presentation to Zaslav's team. This is the highest signal of intent. Paramount Skydance is still the only bidder willing to take the entire company rather than cherry-picking the studio and streaming assets. That single fact shapes everything else. Puck also confirmed the updated Zaslav compensation structure that rewards reverse spinoff. This is the exact structure Comcast is considering. Zaslav publicly postures neutrality, but privately resists any scenario where the Ellisons take control. The Zaslav board has to maximize shareholder value regardless of his preference. Deadline supports one major Puck point. The Middle East is now a real factor. MBS pledged $1 trillion in the U.S. investment during the White House visit, and Ellison is on the guest list for the formal dinner on Wednesday. Comcast's Brian Roberts was in Saudi Arabia. Major Gulf entities are already deep inside entertainment, sports, and gaming. I've brought this up too. Their involvement in backstopping a bid is not hypothetical. I want you to really think about that. Paramount Skydance has publicly denied any sovereign wealth-backed $71 billion bid. Deadline shows the pattern clearly. Every major player is quietly meeting with Saudi, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi stakeholders. I want to repeat that. Deadline shows the pattern clearly. Every major player, every one of them, is quietly meeting with Saudi, Qatari, and Abu Dhabi stakeholders. Paramount is not unique. Silence is strategic. The process is confidential. They will not confirm anything until the board rules. Yup. I tried to tell you that too. Variety fills in one key valuation detail. A standalone Warner Bros. Entity would carry a $44 billion enterprise value with a $37 billion equity value. The board cannot ignore a full sale if Ellison raises his offer towards the Axios suggested 27 to 28 per share zone. The Ellisons have the capital to do it, and they have already made 3 bids. Comcast wants only the studio and streaming side. Trump publicly dislikes Roberts. The political headwinds for Comcast are clear, and Comcast stock is near a 14-year low. They need outside capital to match Ellison, which is why Puck speculates Roberts was in Riyadh. Wow. The Middle East, which is so funny too. I don't want to get too crazy here, but it's like the trades are literally trying to the trades were trying to throw Paramount under the bus while understanding completely that every single person in that town wants that money. Every single person in that town is suckling up to the Middle East. Do you know what I mean? So like, let's just be clear about what's happening. The Middle East's broader push to Hollywood raises additional federal scrutiny. CFIUS, a national security review, and public pressure after the Khashoggi stuff are real variables. Yeah, I would agree with that. They do not eliminate a bid, but slow the path to approval. Sure. And that's fair because, there's things going on politically right now that I think the administration doesn't want to happen, but they have kowtowed to public pressure, which is how politics in America is supposed to work. We, the people, are holding the power and the pressure, right? I mean, we don't really, but in this instance, it's kind of seeming like we are actually able to push some stuff around. So it is fair to say that even though I view the Trump administration having a really good relationship with MBS, I mean, he was literally in the White House yesterday and they're like, doing all sorts of shenanigans. I think it's fair to say that there would be enough pressure from enough entities in the public to put some headwinds in the way of that, right? Netflix has the stock and cash to make the credible all-stock offer, but the antitrust issues are serious. The Issa and Marshall letter to the administration confirmed the political appetite for Netflix acquiring HBO Max is very low. Reed Hastings does not want the regulatory fight. Okay, so it kind of puts Netflix as doubtable. Doubt it. At this stage, the board is running up the price. Zaslav wants the biggest crown possible. Ellison wants the whole thing. Netflix and Comcast want the good half. All three want to present before the November 20th deadline, which is tomorrow. All this shit's about to happen. We're going to find out soon, man. Ellison is the bidder to beat. He is the only one offering a total acquisition. He has the capital, the geopolitical alignment, and a clean regulatory path compared to others. The combination makes Paramount Sky the frontrunner unless someone dramatically raises their number. And I don't think they can. So, look, you know what I think is going to happen? And I said this last week, maybe the week before. The most boring outcome possible is going to happen. The most boring possible outcome. I think Ellison and Paramount get it. I think they do get some Saudi backing. And then I think, because literally they just signed $1 trillion investment deal. They're supposed to invest in Hollywood or American companies. Paramount is an American company. Like, you see what's happening? So I think the Ellisons get it. I think they keep Gunn, and I don't think a lot changes. I think all the panic, I think all the everybody getting mad, because I'd love the Snyder Verse to come back. Do you know what I mean? I'd love the Snyder Verse to come back, guys. I want the Snyder Verse to come back. I just don't see it. I literally don't see it. Now, there's an outside chance that due to the Saudis and MBS and maybe Ellison's relationship with them and Zach via the UFC deal and the UFC movie, yes, there is a possibility that something like that could be happening. And I'll tell you this. Dude, Zach mother-loving Snyder is out here like really causing some craziness. Did you see what he's been posting, what he's been liking and doing all this stuff? My man's literally liked a post that was talking about how Man of Steel made more money than Superman, which is honestly debatable. Check this out from his Instagram. He's literally posting stuff about how it's over. The end is nigh. Like, Zach, come on, brother. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't know. I mean, he loves that kind of stuff. He's very savvy online. His people are very savvy online. And he's definitely playing some kind of game here, and it's pretty funny. But does it mean anything? You know what I mean? Does it mean anything? I'm not sure. Truly, my current take is that they will just keep it going with Gunn. That's what I truly think that'll happen. I would love for it to be the other way. And by the way, I will say that Cosmic Book News, and I don't really know how accurate these reports are, but like Cosmic Book News right now is reporting some wild shit. Like, they're reporting that like Snyder's on board, Nolan's on board, Saudi's on board, Ellison's on board, Zaslav's on board, Henry's on board, Affleck's potentially on board, and others. Okay, so again, like, I don't know, guys. Like, dude, I have trouble believing that. Like, I have trouble believing that. But I mean, think about the world we are living in, dude. I don't know. I mean, there's reason to believe this could still happen. So that is the latest, guys, and that's as accurate as I can get about it. So I guess I'll field some questions, And then let's talk about the Doomsday trailer, and then let's get on out of here, all right? So what do you think? What do you think about that? I mean, it's kind of wild, huh? What fans? None of it made money. You're crazy. Get the fuck over it. It's over. Wow. So the trouble is, Josh, and I love it, dude. I love your energy. You're just so aggressive. The trouble with that statement, Josh, and you've got such a good name, you know? It's just such a good name, so I'm gonna go easy on you. But the trouble with that statement is they said that to the Snyder bros about the Snyder Cut. And what happened? Okay, so this group of people will never let it go. And why would they? They forced the studio to spend over $80 million to make a movie they had released years ago that they fucked up. They went back to the original creator's vision and created a product that honestly, to this day, kind of haunts them. You know what I mean? So these people will never let it go. And I don't blame them. And I think there's also the fact that the international appeal of Zack's stuff just cannot be denied. His stuff has a much stronger international appeal than Gunn's stuff. I think that's just absolutely what it is. So there's some reason to believe this could still happen. I totally understand how other fans feel really upset about it and don't think it's real or whatever, but yeah. DCEU just needs a few tweaks to be as big as Marvel compared to Gunn's shit. It's a masterpiece. I mean, I agree with that. I don't think everybody agrees with that, but I agree with that. It's trash, Josh. I like the Snyder Cut too, but it wasn't good enough. Agree to disagree, brother. Let's see here. Steven Hot Dogs, what a name, says, didn't you yourself say the Snyder Cut was only made because of the predicament COVID put them in? Wasn't only viable because not that much work was needed to complete it? No. And I've never said that. If you have the impression that I said that, that's not the reporting on it. So my understanding of it is there were people inside Warner Brothers that wanted the Snyder Cut to happen. I mean, isn't that obvious? Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. So there was a debate within the board and within, powerful people at Warner Brothers that wanted it to happen. Snyder and his wife, Deborah, were incredible assets to Warner Brothers, had an incredible relationship to Warner Brothers. And, oh, by the way, you might not understand this, but they played ball with Warner Brothers. When that all went down, it's not like Snyder came out and, nowadays he's a little bit more vocal about it, but it's not like during that whole thing, he was like, Warner Brothers fucked me over. This is what happened, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there was a big push, big fan movement, people inside the studio. And I think this could have been connected to Jason Kilar, honestly. I don't know that to be fact, but there were a lot of powerful people that wanted this to happen. And one of them was Zack. And the fact that he was able to show, have you ever read the report of the pitch? He walked into the room and said, look at these social media statistics. This movie that you released 5 years ago is trending more than all the superhero movies you make now. So Zack showed them he was able to quantify that there was an appetite for this thing. Now, you could make the argument he oversold it. Because I've heard that maybe the viewership wasn't as good as people expected. And yes, we do know that the Snyder Bros have some bot accounts. You know what I mean? Don't come at me, Snyder Bros. I'm just trying to be honest. So it is possible that maybe they oversold it or whatever. But no. I don't know what you're on about there. Let's see here. RM says, man, I'm just hoping they don't give away cameos like they did in Multiverse of Madness. Who's they? Me or Marvel? Can they do both, Snyder and Gunn verse? I don't think so. I truly don't think so. Yeah. Twist off. No, man, I haven't seen it. I don't pay attention to that stuff, but thank you. Next question. Does Rebel Moon Snyder seem like the guy they want to take over that universe? God damn it, Steven Hot Dogs. Or 7 Hot Dogs. Yeah, Rebel Moon's a miss. What do you want me to say? Rebel Moon's a miss. I know Rebel Moon's a miss. Some people like it. It's a big miss for me. But I'm still up here saying I want Snyder Verse. Like, come on now. General audiences don't seem to care about DC if it's not Batman. Yeah, there's some truth in that. Batman is an incredible draw. Yeah. Love the Snyder Cut, and I'm not a Snyder bro. Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I think it's one of the best superhero movies ever made. Legitimately. It's well crafted, it's well paced, the performances are brilliant, it gets really dark. It has so much fun Zack Snyder action. I love that shit. Too much competition against Gunn if they do that. Yeah, for sure. What if all the false trailers Marvel puts out are just excuses away as unlicensed and worlds that didn't make it? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, brother. Wait, so that Saudi rumor is true? So not only is the Saudi rumor true, but every single Hollywood entity and tech company that is looking to buy Warner Brothers has met with people in the Middle East for money. Maybe with exception Netflix. Maybe Netflix doesn't need it because Netflix wants to make like an all stock offer. Typo. Okay, can you type it in again, brother? I hated Snyder's Superman, but after years of seeing Gunn Superman, I love Snyder's Superman now. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. Okay, but wait. Snyderverse has Ezra Flash attached. We can't go back, guys. We can't go there. Oh, yeah, you can. He's just dead. He died on his way back from some planet. What if the Flash broke time and opened up Elseworlds? Yeah, something like that could happen. There's all kinds of ways they could cook, man. Yeah. Okay, gamers. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, I really do think it's going to be Paramount. I think they're going to keep Gunn. I think it's going to be. I think this is much to do about nothing. But either way, we're going to cover it. We'll talk about it, and it could get crazy.